The following is a paid program. Opinions and views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of this station.
Off the Beaten Path is brought to you by Tailwater Lodge, Altmaier, New York, Lee Buick and GMC of Boomville, New York, PSC Archery, New York State Big Buck Club, Hart Rifle Barrels, Majestic Mounts by Rob Kamenow Taxidermy, Marcy, New York, Ripcord Arrow Rests, Black Gold Premium Bow Sights, and Otis Technology, Bettis Game Calls, Covert Scouting Cameras, and Whitetail Institute, Slay, Odor Neutralizer, and Ramcat Broadheads. Closed captioning is brought to you by Oneida Electrical Contractors.
Episode 1 brings us back up to Eastern Canadian Outfitters in Quebec, Canada. We're up for some spring and fall bear hunting. Stay tuned as we dare to venture. And every now and then, even the most seasoned archer misses.
The product spotlight is brought to you by Bow Guru, bow strings and archery things.
Hi folks, Ian here with Off the Beaten Path. This year on Season 2, we're going to have a product spotlight for you. Every episode we're going to showcase one of the products that we use and believe in. And since we're hunting in Canada for spring bear and the woods tend to get dark early when the bears come out, we've got our pins here, our bow sights. Black Gold has one of the brightest pins on the market. I've been using for years, even before we started a TV show. The durability is unsurpassed. I've banged these around out west. I've flown with them, banged them around in the truck, hauled them up and down tree stands. You name it, you can't get a more rugged, durable sight. As you can see, we left the black backers on, so you can see actually how bright these pins are as we're starting to lose some daylight here. But the other thing Black Gold is popular for is the photochromatic fiber optic pin housing. And what this does, as it gets full sunlight during the day, this is going to dull down to a purple color so you don't get that big starburst with these pins. And as you lose light, that's going to come out and you're going to get your pin brightness back when you need it at the end of the light. The other thing that Black Gold does, they do make a sight light. If you are a ground blind hunter and you need to put a light on to enhance your pins. The other popular thing is your aperture guards. Different colors. You know, everybody likes to fancy up their bows nowadays, so you can change your colors out, or maybe you got a certain color you like to go with. So give Black Gold a chance. If you're looking for a new bow sight, you know, you can't go wrong. Like I say, you got everything from just under $100 up to $300. Movable, fixed pins, multi-pins, single pins, you name it, they got it. So check out Montana Black Gold bow sights. You can't go wrong, and this is Ian with Off the Beaten Path.
Let your hunt begin with the family dealership of Lee, Buick, and GMC of Boonville, New York, where you always deal with an owner.
Have you been lucky enough to harvest a big whitetail or big bear in New York State? Then you need to look at the New York State Big Buck Club, the official record book for New York State's biggest and best whitetails and New York State trophy record bears. Log on to the website where you can locate your local measurer, order record books, and then swing over their Facebook page where you can locate past stories on previous hunts. So log on to NewYorkStateBigBuckClub.com. When performance counts, count on Hart rifle barrels. HartBarrels.com.
Been on the road for about an hour and a half, headed to Quebec. We just stopped in Clayton. Favorite place to fill up gas is the Victorian. My buddy Chris owns it, so we stop here every year on our trip to Quebec, and we fill up, top off. Just went inside the spot, I guess you say, here in Quebec. It's a local place right before we have like another 15-mile jaunt up north. We're in Gracefield right now. Just got my tag, non-resident bear. Five days ago, a massive storm came through up here on Lac-Mer Bleu. Rob's telling me it's a microburst, but if you can see behind me, these pine trees snapped right in half. I cannot believe the destruction up here that's happened since last time I was here. It's unbelievable. There is trees down everywhere. The main cabin, the roof got ripped right off at Rob's lodge, where the owner stays. The insurance company just pulled out as I pulled in. They're cleaning up and they're assessing the damages on this house, and yeah, it's busted up pretty good. Nothing real bad to the cabins that we stay in, but the main lodge where Rob stays is destroyed. The entire roof was ripped right off of it. There's wasn't touched last night. Came in, wham, bucket all tore apart. I just checked the trail camera. They came in a half hour. One nice bear came in a half hour after I left last night. But now that it's open, he should come in through the daytime, hopefully. So, keep our fingers crossed. Got a little warm out yet. Apply the sleigh spray. Stay tuned, you're watching Off the Beaten Path from Canada. Eastern Canadian Outfitters. That's where it's at.
The Big Bear Profile is brought to you by the New York State Big Buck Club.
Here we are at the New York State Big Buck Club. We just don't do bucks, we do bears too. And with us today we have Bear Man. Tell us a little bit about your bear.
I actually shot it in 1998. I got it scored, put the stuff in the drawer, put the skull on the shelf, had the rug done, never entered it.
That's
My
it.
wife, as a gift last year, come across all these, had the skull dipped for me,
Beautiful.
and entered them in the Big Buck Club.
Nice.
So
That's what did the score measure, or what was this, the measurement of the skull?
it was 19 and. Do you remember what it was, Sanj? 19 and what? 19 and 7. And it was 523 pounds.
That's a big one. What county?
Steuben County.
Steuben?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Town of Lindley.
Yep. Yep.
I saw him with a bow. Had full draw at him, 50 yards. Couldn't get an angle. Had to let him walk. I was on the ground with him. And then I happened to see him back then it was slug only. I saw him at about 150 yards walking across the field. And I literally sprinted 100 yards. And all he had to do was run away from me. He didn't. He turned and went perpendicular, and I got a shot. He dropped, got back up, shot. So 3 right behind the shoulder, and then he stayed down. He was so big I couldn't turn him over to gut him.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's a big bear.
Yeah, I had to go get
That's a
him.
big rug. It's covering you and your big guy.
Yep.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, appreciate you stopping by and sharing the story.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all your commercial electrical needs, look at Oneida Electrical Contractors. The NECA IBEW crew stands first with safety and gets the job right and done in time. But when the job is done, they like to head straight for the outdoors and get in some fun. So when it's time for electrical needs, give them a call. Oneida Electrical Contractors, 5630 Horatio Street, Utica, New York. OneidaElectric.com. Have you been lucky enough to harvest a big whitetail or big bear in New York State? Then you need to look at the New York State Big Buck Club, the official record book for New York State's biggest and best whitetails and New York State trophy record bears. Log on to the website where you can locate your local measurer, order record books, and then swing over their Facebook page where you can locate past stories on previous hunts. So log on to NewYorkStateBigBuckClub.com.
Independent tests confirm that the pins on a black gold are 20% brighter than the next brightest bow sight. So bright that we had to use photochromatic technology to dim the pins in bright light. In low light, while the pins on other bow sights are growing dim, the pins on a black gold sight are still perfectly bright. Be the last one out of the woods at night. Get a black gold sight.
Bow hunting requires getting in close, and controlling human scent can often be the difference between success or failure. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay. Slay's scientific formula kills the bacteria that causes odor and keeps working all hunt long. This new Slay Pro Line kit comes with everything you need to neutralize and eliminate human odor. Log on to SlayTheGame.com now and learn how Slay can get you back in the game. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay.
heard that death moan. Let's go find this baby. There's blood sprayed all over the place here. Let's
Let your hunt begin with the family dealership of Lee, Buick, and GMC of Boonville, New York, where you always deal with an owner.
For over 60 years, Clinton Tractor and Implement Company's philosophy has been simple: to provide excellent products and to keep their customers from having little to no downtime. The Caledona family knows that people are the most important part of their business. That's why they employ the best, most conscientious people in the industry. Clinton Tractor's award-winning service continues to speak for itself. Visit them today and let them show you.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
When performance counts, count on Hart Rifle Barrels. HartBarrels.com.
there he be, right behind me. Whew. Team off the beaten path. Oh baby. My first harvest with my brand new PSE Decree. Just smoked them. Ramcats did a job. The Ripcord did its job. I did my job. And the Black Gold Sight did its job. Deadly combination, put everything together. My sleigh product. The wind was blowing right in that bear's face, and there's nothing harder to fool than a bear's nose. They can't see worth the crap, but boy oh boy can they smell. And that big old fat head. It's a boar, which is great. Big old head on him, beautiful coat. I can't complain. This is awesome. Bear down. He went about 100 yards. Heard a death moan. Whew. Now the work begins. Got to get him out. Well, here we are, day 3 of our hunt, the Eastern Canadian Outfitters. I was lucky enough to take this beautiful fall boar, about a 170-pound animal. PSE did its job. Ramcats did its job. Everything worked out great. And couldn't be more happier. Awesome hunt. Awesome place. Check them out on Facebook. Check out their website. It's easterncanadianoutfitters.com or ECO. Awesome place. I'll be back.
Cooking with Chef John Granger is brought to you by Tailwater Lodge.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Chef John Granger from Tailwater Lodge. This week we're doing a Texas-style bear stew, chili. So what I have here is just some bear meat. It's cut up into about 1/2 to 3/4 inch cubes. I pre-seasoned that. So I'm using a different kind of flour. It's called masa harina. It's just corn flour. You can find it right in the store. What this does is give a little sweeter flavor, rounds out the balance of the dish. So I did add a little bit of olive oil into that bacon fat as well. We're just searing this till it's brown and crispy on the outside. See, as you can notice, that pan was hot, but it cooled right down really fast. So you always want to start with a hot pan or you're not going to get any real nice sear. I'm going to take some beautiful New York wine, some Cab Franc from Ravines. It's out on Cuca Lake. This is really one of the better red wines in New York State. So
And again, never cook anything that you wouldn't drink yourself. It's just gonna make it that much better. Yes, whole bottle right in there. But I use beef stock, one that I normally make, but I'm showing this is something you can buy in the store. So this is a quart of it. 4 cups of that, and a bottle of red wine. We add in one dried habanero pepper. Now, if you like stuff really spicy, you can add more than this, but make sure you're wearing gloves. Chop it up kind of so it looks like crushed red pepper. This is the braising process, like I said, so that goes down about halfway. When that's finished, we'll add some tomato product, cook it for about another 20 minutes. I used crushed tomatoes. Cora Brain's my favorite. It's right out of Utica, New York. They're phenomenal tomatoes. So we'll add the tomato product, and I have some tomato paste. This kind of pulls it all together. At the end, when you're done making this, I like to just cut in a little bit of just room temperature butter. It seems crazy with all the other things that are in there because it's already fat-free, right? But it really rounds out a chili, especially with the spice and the gaminess of this with bacon and all that. It helps it along and makes it more of a lush, delicious flavor.